Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, July 16th. We're looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and the NQ. So, we said this morning, when I did my morning video, I said the Bears I tried to give the Bears a little pep talk, but even though they kind of failed early on from their overnight lows, the way we pushed up right before the regular trade now is opening, they got another shot with some more absolute mindless machines and uneducated traders ripping the market all over the map over these headlines about Trump and Powell. First of all, I know it's not, no Fed chairman's ever been fired, but you would think in for the market's sake, they would like that because you'd appoint somebody that could possibly cut rates. But he's not. I can't see him doing it now. You need to send a confirmation. They meet 2 weeks from today. So, and then they don't meet again until September after that. So it's all a joke. It's very tough with all these headlines and tweets and this and that. It truly is. I can't imagine how many people got destroyed. I had a very good day. I did not take a trade in the afternoon, but I made 133 points today, all in the morning. I've cut into my loss tremendously. I'm down only about 30% of what I was, a little over 30%, so I'm thrilled with that. I mean, over what, 4 or 5 days? I'll take that. The Bears did accomplish something. They brought the daily back to balance in NQ. They did do that. And in ES, they did two things. They brought the daily down and they brought the weekly to balance. Now, because of that, with 2 days to go in the week, if you notice, I have outside week down here if we close below here, but I also have outside week up here if we close above it. And why can't we? These bears are non-existent, right? I mean, all that was when they really flushed was longs, weak longs getting out and sharks jumping in. But again, mindless. We did 14.5 million shares that one time frame. The next 6 time frames combined in SPY did 15. You talk about emotional trading? It's almost embarrassing. It really is. So again, ES is down because I was using I forgot what day I was using, but even if you were using the weekly low, well, we took that out. So now, for them to go back to balance on the daily, they got to take out today's high. How big is the weekly balance? We don't know yet. We still have 2 days to go. We'll see if they stretch it to the downside or to the upside. Right? As far as NQ being in balance, it is the all-time high is the balance high in the daily and the weekly low of the 7th. We never took out the weekly low. And you know what? Neither did SPY. SPY is technically still up on a weekly. Look, they missed a weekly, their poor low. Amazing, right? Again, so trading-wise, I took a long to get the overnight high, and I got fortunate on it because we got it, and that's all they did. It was another look above and fail at the time. And guess what? We went down and got the overnight low eventually, even though we came back and probed. Now, even though we probed, they didn't probe enough where I would use A's high in NQ and L's high in ES as a real reference point, just today's high. Righty, let's go how we finished up. Righty goes out with just an afternoon pullback in J. They did not probe. ES and NQ also only go out with afternoon pullbacks in J. We were 7 for 7 wide at one point. And that's what we ended up. So I took that long to get the overnight high. And then I took a short to go get, when we came in, to get the overnight POC. So that was A, did well. I took a short on the turnover because it looked like the market was pushing lower. I only made small on that, but then I got a nice short to get A's low. So I got two of the staple plays. I got the overnight high. I got A's low. C period. I was short in B and C after that with some ebb and flows in the 144s. I did long C period on that first initial knee-jerk reaction about Powell. We had taken out B's high. We didn't have an IB yet. It looked like they were trying to go for the IB high, or at least either way at that sale test. So when they jerked down, I took a long and got paid on it. But the best trade I had was in D period. I took a 5-lot, buried it for 70 points to get both the IB low and the overnight low. And then the only other trade after that, I took a short in E period with some ebb and flow short, and that was it. Once they started grinding up, they were grinding up with lower value in NQ, overlapping of lower value in ES, and inside the day's range. I'm like, I can't bring myself to want to buy this, and I'm not going to stand away because they were one time framing up for the most part. They finally did get the IB highs, but didn't do much with them. Although ES did go trend down and failed today, and trend up and failed today. NQ didn't do either. So good day, very good day overall. So we'll see what is going to transpire tomorrow. And then chart-wise, so here is the S&P. Again, the monthly is incredibly healthy. So again, we're going to want to see the monthly come into balance at some point, and I would say sooner rather than later. The weekly is balance. Right now, it's a 3-week balance, but there's 2 days to go in the week. Now, if we rip higher, it'll still be a 3-week balance. But if we rip lower, then it could encompass potentially this one. So right now, the monthly is up, the weekly is balanced, and the daily for me is down. Yes, we close back into everything, and it's a very impressive candle. But still, it's balanced for me. We got to take out today's high. 86 million, 87 million on the tape, but a lot of that was done. Three time frames had most of the volume on that emotional, silly trading. Hope you had a good day trading. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.